You dug deep. You were brave, you were courageous, you broke free from the narcissist. You did all the right things, you took the advice of your friends and you walked away and went no contact, or, maybe more painfully, they dumped you, they discarded you. And you've had a bit of a break from them, and now you're going to go through a few basic phases, three main phases. The first phase is there's going to be a level of intense emotional withdrawal. You fell in love with this person, they were your soulmate, they were the love of your life. At least that's what they made you think they were. So there's that emotional withdrawal. Your heart is broken, your soul is devastated. But there is a physical element to the withdrawal. You became chemically toxified, you became chemically addicted to all the cortisol, the adrenaline, the highs, the lows, the dopamine in the short burst that they rewarded you with temporary affection, little granules of hope that they fed you. And so your body, your mind, your spirit are going to need to detoxify from those things. And it's really, really hard. And you've done so much hard work and you're tempted to go back. Why are you tempted? Bullet point number 2. Because now in your head, you've had a bit of distance, but now there's that level of confusion and doubt. The doubt is you're going to start asking yourself, well, maybe it was me. Maybe I overreacted. Maybe I overdramatized. Maybe I was insecure. They were right the whole time. I was insecure. That's the level of self-doubt. The confusion and the doubt, it all overlaps. You're also going to start questioning. Maybe they did love me. Yes, they did love me. I remember that time when they said this. They professed their love to me so profoundly. It was insane. They bent over backwards. They went out of their way to show me that they miss me. And they persisted and insisted that I was the love of their life. Doubt, confusion, doubt. They loved me. It was my fault. And that's just the confusion and the doubt phase. And it's intense and it's insane and it drives you nuts. Because you keep thinking back to the... I laugh because I look back at myself and realize this is exactly what I went through. And I've separated myself enough now where I can see the humor. But while you're in it, it is absolutely not funny remotely. There is no humor. But I remember convincing myself that this woman was madly in love with me. She'd gotten on her knees and begged and cried for me to come back. And I'm thinking, wow, you must really love somebody to be that extreme, to be that self-degrading, to profess your love to somebody to get them back. She must really miss me. She must really regret what she did. It's a big joke. It's a big facade. It's an Oscar-winning performance that has no validity. Do not buy it. Every time you play back the scenario, don't be confused. Don't have self-doubt. You were right. You were right all along. You always knew. You just ignored to listen to your heart, to your intuition. The heart knows. Your gut, your intuition knows. You simply avoided the red flags because you were caught up in the hope and the romance and their charm and their seduction and, of course, their manipulation. You were caught up. Now, going a little bit deeper further down the same path of confusion and doubt, it can turn into self-blame. You will start beating yourself up in several ways. You'll beat yourself up in the sense that, how could I be so foolish, so stupid? And it will reinforce that you were worthless because you bought into this. How could you? What were you thinking? You're already a broken soul from narcissist abuse, and now you're going to add fuel to that fire. Do not beat yourself up. Stop the self-blame game. If only I hadn't been insecure. Why am I so insecure? Well, of course, it's to do with my childhood. And then you start finding all the validations and everything that they put into your head. you will find validation, you will find a rationale to prove that they were right and you were wrong. You were never wrong. You were bamboozled, you were fooled, you were manipulated by a master manipulator. Sleight of hand, the best magic trick ever seen. And they got the better of you. Why? Because your heart and your soul are good. You can't think and imagine that somebody could be this deceitful. In your heart, you think, well, if somebody professes their love, it's true. If somebody gets down on their knees and begs my forgiveness, they must mean it. Because that's where you are in terms of kindness, goodness, honesty, sincerity, authenticity. But you're dealing with a beast, a dark animal. To the point where some of these narcissists, I would argue to say they are possessed. So let go of those voices in your head. And the reason why I share this is because you've come so far and you're going to be tempted. You've got no contact, congratulations. But there's that little voice pulling you back, come back, do not go back. Do not go back ever. Do not believe any word they ever tell you. And if it's not your own voice, they will somehow pop up out of nowhere and try to reel you back in. They will try to hoover you back in, feeding on your self-doubt. And then those 3 steps will replay. You'll get the emotional triggers where that chemical, that oxytocin, the stress, all that will come back. The heart palpitations, the heart will be pounding. You might experience anxiety, sleepless nights, tension, stress. It will all start coming back because that is your soul warning you. This person is toxic. Their energy is not good for you. It already destroyed you once. Do not allow it to destroy you again because it will. Do not let the narcissist back into your life under any circumstance. And oh, by the way, just in case you still have that little bit of hope, here's this final reminder. In case you think, what if they love me? Maybe they did love me. What if it was my fault? What if I was overreacting? What if I was too sensitive? They love me. I remember that time. Oh my God, yes. They were so kind. They were so amazing. They did all the things that I wanted them to do. They came and brought me flowers. They picked me up. They held my hand. They picked me up from work. They did all the things that I always hoped that they would do. Don't fall for it. They never, ever loved you. I'll say that again. The narcissist never, ever loved you. What they loved is this. Not you. They loved what you gave them. They loved what they could take from you. They loved how you made them feel. They loved that they felt all powerful because you probably elevated them, and through them undermining you, belittling you, insulting you, degrading you, one-upping you, they felt larger than life. And that to them feels so good. That's what they loved. They never, ever loved you. My name is Vital Germain. I've been there. I've come through it. I've made it. I've written a book called Pink is the Color of Empathy. I'm a certified trauma coach. I specialize in helping people recover from narcissist abuse. If you're an empath, I also focus on empath empowerment. Why? Because the empath is the perfect magnet for the narcissist. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. And please remember to like, follow, and/or subscribe.